really good architect. And the unique thing about this church that it's built the other way around. Normally a church facing the east, right? The rising sun. But this church faced the west. Why? Because this is the landscape that Yeshua saw when he was weeping over the destruction of Jerusalem. And as we read in Luke 19, as he approached Jerusalem and saw the city, he wept over it and said, if you, even you, had only known on this day what would bring you peace. But now it's hidden from your eyes. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you on every side. They will dash you to the ground, you and the children within your walls. They will not leave one stone on another, because you did not recognize the time of God's coming to you. We have to understand that when Yeshua is giving this teaching, Jerusalem is in apex time. The Jewish temple stood there 3 times higher than this dome. It will be one of the world marvels. And tourists from all over the world will come to witness Jerusalem and the temple in it. 3 times a year, all the Jews in the world will arrive here. And for the great celebration of the Jewish holidays, people will arrive in their tens of thousands, even 100,000 people or more. No one could imagine the end of it. When he tells his disciples that it's going to be destroyed, what do you mean it's going to destroy? This is an empire. How come it's going to be destroyed? It's an empire. Who will bring down this empire? But as we were learning in Masada, this Jerusalem is going to be full with blood of the victims as the horses crossing rivers of blood in the street of Jerusalem. For the ordinary ear, it's impossible to understand. But Yeshua could see it, and he was sharing a tear for the destruction of Jerusalem, according to tradition from this place. Now, down from here, we're going to continue what we call the Palm Sunday walk. And let's read. As they approached Jerusalem and came to Bethphage on the Mount of Olives, Yeshua sent 2 disciples, saying to them, go to the village ahead of you, and at once you will find a donkey tied there, and with her colt by her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone said anything to you, tell him that the Lord needs them, and he will send them right away. This took place to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet, say to the daughter of Zion, see, your king comes to you, gentle and riding a donkey, on colt, the foal of the donkey. The disciple went and did as Yeshua had instructed them. They brought the donkey and the colt, placed their cloak on them, and Yeshua sat on them. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, while others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowd that went ahead of him and those that followed shouted, Hosanna, the son of David. What is Hosanna? Hosanna, Hosha'ana. In Hebrew, save us.
Hosha'ana.
Hosha'ana, save us.
Hosha'ana.
Or save me. Save us or save me. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. What we have over here is something very interesting. We have a celebration that's called Hosha'ana Rabbah. Hosha'ana Rabbah is a Jewish celebration, one of the largest grand Jewish celebration in the end of the holiday of Tabernacle, in the end of the holiday of Sukkot. The Jews take the branches of the palm trees and they shake them. In the Torah, it's committed for the Jews to have 4 branches of trees on Sukkot, and one of them is the branch of the palm tree. It's making sense. It's after harvesting the dates, so you can harvest also the branches, and then people are shaking them and saying, save us, save us. Those are great celebrations in Jerusalem. This is on the one hand, but on the other hand, we see that we have something else that happened with palm trees in the world at the time. And this will be the entrance of the triumph. In the Roman world, when a conqueror, when a general come back from a raid or from any war or battle, he will enter the city triumph, and the people will also shake the palm tree. And what we see over here once again is the idea that Yeshua will be the triumphal entry, he will have the triumphal entry, he will be the king of the Jews and of the other nations, of the Gentiles, because both of them will do the same. And another thing that we see, as I told you, when we read something, we need to ask ourselves, when was the last time that we were reading it? And there was someone else that was sent to look for donkeys. Who was it? Who was sent to look for donkeys in the Bible? Saul. Saul went to look for his father donkeys, and he was found as king, right? Samuel met with Saul and said, now you are the king. He was looking for a donkey and found the crown. Okay? So once again, we need to understand, we have over here the idea. And what is the idea? The kingdom was split. Israel and the line of King Saul maybe, okay, and the house of David. The kingdom was split, Judah and Israel. But over here we see son of David with the donkeys, once again making things whole again. Okay? So we always need to see what's behind it. And today in modern life we don't always see it. Either we've forgotten our Bible or the culture of biblical time. But at the time when people hear about it, they will hear the gospel, they will know immediately what's the meaning behind it. Okay? So this is the small church, as you can hear, it's under renovation. It's a very, very small church. But more important than the church is the view. The view of Jerusalem. And this beautiful city of Jerusalem is not even close to the magnificent city that was laying in front of the eyes of Yeshua and the disciples, just over there. And he could see its destruction as came to be in the year 70 AD. So we will leave the church and we'll continue down the slopes Palm Sunday Road all the way to the Garden of Gethsemane. Okay?